Am I the a-hole for blocking my ex best friend when she got pregnant by my ex? I just need to get this off my chest because even years later, it still weighs on me sometimes. If anything is unclear, feel free to ask. I, 22F, used to have a best friend. We'll call her Emily. We met back in middle school, and from the moment we connected, we were basically inseparable. We sat together at lunch, FaceTimed after school, hung out on weekends, all of it. We even ended up going to the same high school, which felt like fate considering our district had over 7,000 students. Despite the odds, we still ended up in multiple classes together. It genuinely felt like she was my soul sister. But things started to shift around sophomore year. Emily got involved with this older guy who introduced her to the party scene. Suddenly, it was all about sneaking out, drinking, smoking, and skipping school. And that just wasn't me. I didn't want to follow that path, especially since my family had already been deeply affected by addiction. One of my parents was battling it, and I had already seen the damage it could do. I distanced myself, quietly at first, but the divide grew wider. Then junior year hit, and it got worse. Her boyfriend dumped her, and she started hanging out with this nasty, mean girl-type crowd. The kind that lived to make other people feel small. They'd mock other girls' bodies, spread rumors, harass people online, you name it. One day, I ran into Emily while I was out with my younger brother. My little brother has fetal alcohol syndrome, and when Emily's new group saw us, they laughed at him, mocked him, right in front of me. I'll never forget the look on his face. And that was it for me. I was done. I didn't even say goodbye. She dropped out of school that November, and we never spoke again. Fast forward to February of my junior year, and I met someone. Let's call him Tyler. He was 18, I was 16 turning 17, and he seemed like a dream. Tall, charming, and most of all motivated. He told me he was planning to join the Marines, go to college, retire early, invest. He said he only dated with the intention to marry. And it didn't sound like a line. It sounded real. My parents liked him. He treated me with respect, and when he asked me to be his girlfriend after taking me to our spring formal, I said yes without hesitation. For a while, things were really good. But then a girl from my English class saw a post of us and gave me a weird look. When I confirmed we were dating, she got quiet and then hesitantly said she'd heard things about Tyler, that he was known for using girls for sex. I was floored. That didn't match the guy I knew. Tyler had never pressured me. In fact, I was the one who brought up getting physical, and he told me he wanted to wait to make it meaningful. So I asked who told her that. She said it was a girl who didn't go to our school anymore. Her name? Emily. I confronted Tyler. He didn't deny it. He said he and Emily had messed around a bit back in January. He claimed he had considered dating her, but changed his mind once he saw how much she partied. He said it would have jeopardized his future with the Marines. I didn't fully believe him, but I chose to let it go. I shouldn't have. Emily knew I was with him. She followed me, liked my posts. I thought that was weird, but whatever. Then Tyler told me she had randomly texted him, hey. He said he ignored it and blocked her. A couple of days later, she apparently DM'd him again, saying she missed him. He showed me, blocked her again, and said, you should block her too. That was when things slowly started spiraling. Tyler got controlling. He'd lie about the smallest things and get mad when I caught him. If we argued, and I tried to walk away, he'd grab me hard. I ended up with bruises a couple of times, but I told myself it was stress. Temporary. Fixable. We'd fight. Then make up. Then fight again. Over and over. By summer, it was emotionally exhausting. I barely recognized myself. But I was still holding out hope. My older sister was getting married in June, and Tyler had promised weeks in advance that he'd come. I was so excited for him to be there. The night before, he told me he forgot he had dinner plans with his mom. I asked if he could reschedule, just this once, and he blew up. Told me I was selfish for wanting to take away one of his last moments before boot camp. I ended up apologizing. That should have been the last straw. But it wasn't. The next morning, I woke up to a text. I think it's best if we break up. Good luck with everything. Just like that. When I tried to reply, it didn't go through. He had blocked me. I broke down. Not just because he ended it, but because I hated myself for not walking away first. For excusing so much. For letting it go this far. A few days later, I unblocked Emily out of pure whatever. I figured I had nothing left to protect. And right on cue, she started posting petty captions. Song lyrics about stealing your man. Mocking posts clearly aimed at me. She's stalking BC. I got her man kiss mark. He came back to the real one. She thought a formal dress and a little kiss could keep him. It was childish and cruel. But the worst moment came not online but at my front door. Late June, I heard a knock. I looked out the window, and there was Tyler's car in the driveway. Emily was at my door, holding a box. I froze. I opened it anyway. She shoved the box into my hands and said, "He doesn't want any of this anymore." Then she turned and ran back to the car like it was nothing. Inside the box, gifts I had made him. Notes. A jacket I'd customized. But the worst part, his cross necklace. He'd worn it every day, and on my birthday, he gave me a matching one. Seeing it tossed in that box like trash, that was a different kind of pain. It felt so deliberate. Like they wanted to humiliate me, together. After that, silence. I started to heal. I was finally sleeping. Finally eating. Finally feeling like myself again. Then in September, Emily DM'd me. She said they broke up. Apologized for everything. I kept it short. Said it's alright and moved on. But she kept texting me like we were still friends. Telling me Tyler constantly compared her to me. That he asked her to dress like me, talk like me, act like me. That he said no one could measure up. And then she dropped the bomb. She was pregnant. I froze when I read it.
Part of me did feel bad.
But another part of me had to ask, why are you telling me this? What do you want from me? She wasn't alone. Her parents were supportive. She had help.
What she wanted was someone to vent to.
Someone to cry with. Someone to validate her. She wanted a trauma bond over a guy who broke both of us. But that wasn't going to happen. I told her I was sorry for what she was going through, and I genuinely wished her well. But she kept messaging me. Over and over. And eventually I blocked her. For good. That's when she started telling people I was heartless. That I abandoned her in her time of need. That I left her while she was pregnant and struggling. I even lost a few mutual friends over it. People who didn't know the full story. People who believed her narrative. It's been a few years now. I'm doing better. But sometimes late at night I still think about it. And I wonder, am I the a-hole for blocking her after she told me she was pregnant?